Hello friends, here we are going to learn about overview of customs law. Customs duty is an indirect tax imposed under the Customs Act formulated in 1962. The Customs Act 1962 is a basic statute which governs entry or exit of different categories of vessels, aircrafts, goods, passengers, etc. into or outside the country. The Act extends to whole of India. The Customs Act 1962 not only regulates the levy and collection of duties, but also serves equally important purposes like regulation of imports and exports, protection of domestic industry, prevention of smuggling, conservation and augmentation of foreign exchange. It may be pertinent to note that it is Section 12 of the Customs Act 1962 that provides duties of customs to be levied at such rates as may be specified under the Customs Tariff Act 1975 or other applicable acts on goods imported into or exported from India. At the end of this unit, you will be able to state the rules and regulations of custom laws, state the definitions specified under Section 2 of Customs Act 1962, identify types of customs duties, explain the provisions under Goods and Services Tax, GST. Let us learn about the rules and regulations of customs law. The rule-making power is delegated to the central government, while the regulation-making power delegated to the Central Board of Excise and Customs, CBEC. Let's move forward and see the differences between rules and regulations. In the first row, we have parameter, rules and regulations. In the second row, we have power to make rules, that is section 156 and 157. In the third row, you are able to see content, transaction value, chargeability of accessories and repairs and maintenance spare parts, detention and confiscation of goods, goods mentioned in the shipping bill, or bill of export but either not exported or exported and subsequently relanded. The form of bill of entry, shipping bill, bill of export, import and export manifest, form and manner of making application for refund of duty, conditions for transshipment and removal of goods without payment of duty, manner of conducting audit of duty assessment of imported or exported goods. Now we will understand some definitions of various terms used at various places specified under Section 2 of Custom Act 1962. Conveyance. Section 2 subsection 9 includes vessels by sea, an aircraft by air, and a vehicle by land. Customs area. Section 2 subsection 11. Any customs station or areas in which goods are kept prior to the clearance. Warehouse could be an example. Customs station. Section 2 subsection 13. Any customs port including inland customs depot, ICD, customs airport or land customs station. Foreign going vessel or aircraft. Section 2 subsection 21. Vessel or aircraft for carriage of goods or passengers between any port or airport in India and any port or airport outside India, whether touching any intermediary location or not. Foreign going vessel or aircraft includes any naval base of any foreign government taking part in any naval exercises, any vessel engaged in fishing or any other operations outside the territorial waters of India, Any vessel or aircraft proceeding to a place outside India for any purpose whatsoever. Import. Section 2, subsection 23. Bringing into India from a place outside India. State finance ministers are members of GST Council. Imported goods. Section 2, subsection 25. Any goods brought into India from a place outside India but does not include goods which have been cleared for home consumption. Importer. Section 2, subsection 26. Importer, in relation to any goods at any time between their importation and the time when they are cleared for home consumption, includes any owner or any person holding himself out to be the importer. Prohibited goods. Section 2, subsection 33. Any goods, the import or export of which is prohibited by the Customs Act or any law for the time being in force, but does not include any goods in respect of which the conditions subject to which the goods are permitted to be imported or exported have been complied with. Warehouse. Section 2, subsection 43. Public warehouse appointed under Section 57 or private warehouse licensed under Section 58. A warehouse therefore is a designated area where goods are allowed to be stored after landing without the payment of duty. Let's get started with a new topic, that is levy of and exemption from customs duty. Goods become liable for import or export duty when goods are imported into India or exported out of India. Levy is the stage where the declaration of such liability is made and the persons or properties in respect of which the duty is to be levied is identified. If the central government is satisfied that it is necessary in the public interest to do so, it may, by notification in the official gazette, exempt generally either absolutely or subject to such conditions pre-clearance as may be specified in such notification, goods of the specified description from the whole or any part of the customs duty leviable thereon. An exemption notification cannot be withdrawn and duty cannot be demanded with retrospective method. There are various types of custom duties. Let us understand one by one. Firstly, let us discuss about basic customs duty, levied as a percentage of value as determined under Section 14, subsection 1. General basic rate of basic custom duty is 10%, could be levied at standard or preferential rates where imported from a preferential area as may be specified by the government. Onus is on the person owner to substantiate with the supporting evidence that the goods are chargeable with a preferential rate of duty. Now we will discuss about the second duty, that is additional customs duty, or it is also known as countervailing duty. It is equivalent to the amount of excise duty on like goods manufactured or produced in India. Under the GST regime, this duty is subsumed under GST, and additional duty or IGST is payable on assessable value plus basic customs duty. In case of alcoholic liquor for human consumption is imported into India, the same is still under state excise which has not been subsumed under GST. Therefore, IGST is not leviable under import. In case Inward taxable supplies are in the nature of imported goods which have been taxed and have been consumed in the manufacture of outward taxable supplies. Input tax credit is available to the extent of IGST paid. The next duty is additional duty, or it is also known as special additional duty, SAD. It used to be levied to offset the sales tax or VAT. However, this has now been subsumed under GST and as such is leviable only on imported goods for which GST is not applicable. Example, petroleum products. Now we will discuss what are the provisions covered under goods and services tax. The goods imported into India are now subject to IGST and not CVD or SAD. However, petroleum is outside the scope of GST and hence CVD and SAD are applicable to them. IGST is now payable on assessable value plus basic customs duty. Now, let us quickly see what are the types of duties. Basic custom duty is the revenue duty. Others were always protective duties to protect the indigenous industry. Schedule 1 defines the rates for imports and Schedule 2 defines the rates for exports as notified under Custom Tariff Act. Let's recall what we learned so far. Customs duty is an indirect tax imposed under the Customs Act formulated in 1962. The Customs Act 1962 is a basic statute which governs entry or exit of different categories of vessels, aircrafts, goods, passengers, etc. into or outside the country. The Act extends to whole of India. The Customs Act 1962 not only regulates the levy and collection of duties, but also serves equally important purposes like regulation of imports and exports, protection of domestic industry, prevention of smuggling, conservation and augmentation of foreign exchange. The rule-making power is delegated to the central government while the regulation-making power delegated to the Central Board of Excise and Customs CBEC. Section 2 of the Customs Act 1962 contains the definitions of various terms used at various places in the Act. Conveyance. Section 2 subsection 9 includes vessels by sea, an aircraft by air, and a vehicle by land. Customs area. Section 2 subsection 11. Any customs station or areas in which goods are kept prior to the clearance. Warehouse could be one example. Foreign going vessel or aircraft. Section 2 subsection 21. Vessel or aircraft for carriage of goods or passengers between any port or airport in India and any port, airport outside India, whether touching any intermediary location or not. In case of alcoholic liquor for human consumption is imported into India, the same is still under state excise which has not been subsumed under GST. Therefore, IGST is not leviable under import.